if you could take 5 minutes or so and tell us a little bit about your career thus far. Where did you begin, and what led you to the Middle East?
So first of all, thank you so much for organizing this, for this very interesting topic that you brought to us, and for giving us the opportunity to share our thoughts and our experiences with you. My name is Zeineb. I was born and raised in Tunisia. I'm half Tunisian, half Moroccan. And I think I will start by my education. So after obtaining a high school diploma, I have decided, like many of my fellow classmates, to kind of go, abroad and then discover the world, see what else the world has to offer. Mm-hmm. And I decided to go to France first of all, because of language issues. So I was already speaking French and France was close by. So I was in university there, and I was then in university in Holland. And then,
if you don't mind my asking,
yeah.
What did you study in university?
So in university, I was in a business school. I had a master's in international finance, and I started working in finance in Paris. And then I was close to basically finishing my studies. And then the idea of coming back home started to sort of come back to me. I have spent already 4 or 5 years. I discovered sort of the world. I have seen other people, other cultures. I had the opportunity to open my mind a little bit to other things that were different from what I have known back home. So that idea started to come back. And I thought, okay, why not start it with an internship back home and seeing how it is, how people are, how is the workplace compared to what I was seeing working in finance in Paris. And I went back home and I had an internship of a few months, and then I did another internship also in Morocco. And my experience, I have to say, was a bit different from what I have seen, I would say, in Europe, both in France and also in Holland when I was there. I would think it's a matter of organization. The way companies are organized is different from abroad. And I thought there was something that was lacking, which is giving people the feeling of them being important and contributing to that organization with whatever they have to bring. There was this side I felt like was missing, and there was another side that was also not pleasing, I would say. When you come from abroad and you have studied abroad, some people feel like you come to challenge them, mm-hmm. or you come because you may have a better education. So you are there to sort of educate them, or you are there to show them that you are better than them, which is not the case most of the time. I think there is a built idea in people's minds who maybe have not had an experience abroad that, okay, this person is coming from abroad, so she's going to teach me how to do it. So some people can become defensive, even when in situations you try just to say, hey, maybe it's better to do it this way, or try to give an advice. People can become defensive about it, and like, no, don't show me how to do it. You don't know better than me, not because you're coming from abroad.
So just to tackle that particular item, because like Kevin, I'm an African as well, and we know that we have a society and community that's very oriented towards our elders. Did you get the impression that this was more because, 1, you're young, 2, you're a woman, or 3, because you had studied outside, or was it a combination of all 3?
I think it was definitely a combination of the 3.
Okay.
And I have to mention that this is a side topic, but I had to deal with the fact that I was young and also a woman, mm-hmm. and on top of it, African and Arab, working in Europe.
Yeah.
That is a different subject.
Mm-hmm.
But coming back home, it was also the same thing, I have to say that, yes, I have to, to be honest about things, that at least in the countries where I lived and where I had my experience, people had respect for women. They did respect me. They did respect the fact that, I went out there, I was on my own, and I did the best I could to be where I was, to obtain the diplomas that I had, to get the jobs that I had, and to start fighting in a workplace. That's never really easy, you know.
Yeah.
But there was definitely the side of many people thinking, oh, she just started, she's not going to teach me how to do it. Oh, anyway, she's just a woman, you know, she's maybe getting upset because of this or of that, you know. So there was definitely a misjudgment there, yeah.
And Andrew, I think for me, the word that comes out of that is threat.
Right.
A lot of, and I experience the same, it's not about you're young or you're from abroad. These are all other reasons to cover up that people see you as a threat. You could be younger than them, smarter than them, maybe more outgoing than them, better at the job. So it all boils down to you're seen as a threat.
Yeah,
Okay.
agree.
And you get it in different, people will react differently to that. And I mean, same exact experience joining KQ, coming from abroad. I would relate with that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So this point you have got to the internship in Morocco?
And in Tunisia, both.
And
I've
in
done both,
Tunisia.
yeah.
Was it at this point after Morocco that you left?
So after Morocco, I have actually left back home, and I have decided that because I was done, I have obtained my diplomas. And it was a big question mark. I spent, I think, 4 months doing nothing back home. It was a big question mark where I was thinking, okay, I have done all of this. I have all this background. What am I going to do with it? Either I'm going to give everything I know again to a foreign country where I don't really belong, or I could give it back to you know, to any of the countries I belong to, or to Africa, you know, to support people. And I tried to look for different opportunities, but I don't think I got the support or the enthusiasm of people that would encourage me to stay.
Okay.
You know, and that have pushed me to go and study again.
Okay.
So I went back to France, and I have studied again aviation. This is where I went to ENAC. And after ENAC, I have found a job in Monaco, where I was working for about 8 years. And I was, during my time there, covering Africa and the Middle East. So there was always this attachment to the continent and to who you are, you know, even if you're far away, you sort of relate and you feel more comfortable dealing with people that you know. But as if I was missing back home, but being from far away, but I wanted to keep that sort of attachment, you know.
So it sounds to me that there's the push and pull, which I think many of us that have left the continent feel, which is on one hand, you want to be at home and close to home and your people and your family.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you're ambitious and you have a career and you want to explore opportunities and look at different things, see the world.
Yeah.